are we alive, or is this all just a figment of our imagination?
That's what he said.
Or is this
Hello.
just
Welcome back to not Dancing with the Devil, wrong campaign, to Tales from Waterdeep. Um, been a while since I've been able to stream, a bit out of practice, been in Washington State, and, well, the plan to keep streaming while up there, failed. So that's fun. But yeah, we are back and back at it. Of course, thank you, Fighter, for keeping things running.
No problem.
You, you and Gimmick, great at that. But another stream once again live. Vescar, do you need a refresher on how plot points work?
Kinda.
Okay, so everyone has one plot point unless they are a paying member of the guild or DM status. So Beskar, presumably you'll just have one. Players can spend plot points on several things to advance the plot and affect how the story goes. This is specifically, the purpose of these are to integrate your character into the story more, bring your backstory in, bring in characters you know, bring in situations that are pertinent to you, kind of thing. The two things that you can do with one plot point is I know a guy. This is your character specifically saying, I know this NPC who will be helpful to us in this situation. When you go to meet them, you'll roll charisma to see how much they like you and or hate you. The other option, which is plot twist, I think, plot twist, allows you to add something to the world as if you are the DM. Normally, since this is a DM session and not a roundtable DM session, you can add things to the world and then I will control. Whereas if it was roundtable, you'd add them to the world and then you'd control them as if you were the DM. But yes, so in this situation, you can. When you add something with the plot thickens, someone, the person below you in the Discord call will add a complication to that. I should say the person below you, or the DM, will add a complication to that. But I normally defer to the players. Plot thickens and complications are not meant to make it more difficult necessarily or more easy. It's just meant to make it more interesting. So generally, if the plot thickens, makes it easier, the complication should make it a bit harder. If the plot thickens makes it harder, then the complication should make it a little bit, not necessarily easier, but more attainable. Perhaps a specific, route to getting through the issue that has just been brought up. So, now, we can go ahead, and get started. Before that, actually, I do want to thank Vinsvept and Shane Ivers for the wonderful music that will be on stream. Shane Ivers, all of their music is in public domain. Frickin' rad. They are, go to, I think it's, silvermansound.com. And then Vinsvept has a Bandcamp and a YouTube, and they're gracious enough to let us use their music for free. So, go and check them out as well. Support these artists. Okay. Now, we can get started. So, the question is, Let's take a look at the job board. Okay. So, currently, jobs that are being put up by the city, or put up within the city, is Gallant Company. Gallant Company, of course, being a mercenary guild that will take you, you can sign up for, and they will give you a task to get done. They pay quite well, and much better. Their pay is comparably much better than other mercenary guilds, and their jobs tend to be not just go kill some goblins. Tends to actually have a little bit more. Additionally, there is. Oh, skim through this. There are always the rumors of the Stone of Galore, a great artifact that many people are hunting for. No one truly knows what it does, but there are many rumors of how valuable it might be. The fact that everyone is looking shows how valuable it really can be. Maybe it completes a wish, maybe it gives you a lot of money. Both of those are rumors that are passed around. And then, of course, there are the countless people looking for assistance in getting said stone. Whether or not you're personally interested in the stone, there are plenty of people paying for aid. One such figure that I think some of you have run into in the past is a certain captain. Captain O'Reaver II, sometimes referred to as Second Captain, who has put out an open call to anyone willing to fly under the Jolly Roger and get an equal cut of whatever this stone may give. Do any of those
difficult in the past?
You have, yes.
Sounds pretty interesting.
More than once.
Do any of those jobs sound interesting to people?
Yes.
Which ones?
The stone.
Yeah, go for the stone. It might help me out in my little quest.
Yeah.
I think the stone one rocks.
Okay. On Drakar, do you have I forget. Do you have a D&D version of Drakar, or are you playing a different? Sweet.
Yeah.
Good. Then yes. As well, shall we why not? Yeah. So, you are all likely by happenstance. Well, you can introduce each of you can basically use a plot point to introduce yourself into the scene. Your first plot point, introducing yourself, I should say, is free to do, but it functions the same as the plot thickens. So you can introduce yourself into the scene whenever you wish, including the very beginning. This starting scene is at the Yawning Portal. The Yawning Portal is the most famous tavern in Waterdeep, and sits just at the foot of the mountain itself, Mount Waterdeep, and on the border between the Castle Ward and the Dark Ward. This is a tavern for the adventurers that are vital to this city. The adventurers of all kinds. The adventurers that include each of you. The Yawning Portal, of course, its Yawning Portal is a massive pit in the middle of it that goes into a great dungeon beneath called Undermount. But it's also a very common gathering place for adventurers looking for something to do, looking for jobs, and a good place to find people willing to pay for assistance. Within this tavern, those of you who have spent a bit more time in this tavern, who are already in this tavern as the scene introduces, would have heard plenty of things. There is a very drunken-looking captain, well, actually, no, I suppose there wouldn't be. There is a very sober-looking dwarf, with one beard braided, like, looping over his arm, and it looks like it's like 20 foot of rope, just like over his arm. And then the other beard that was just as thick and braided is cut off significantly shorter, maybe about 3 feet, almost touching the floor. The dwarf looks disgruntledly lopsided, and is also, and is also very clearly hiring adventurers that look a little bit less than scrupulous. Those of you who know this dwarf would know that this is Seamus, Captain Wilhelm O'Reever's second in command, his bosun, if you will. And those of you who and they're very clearly hiring with the very universal signal of an open bag of gold on the table. They have a couple people there, also looking relatively unscrupulous, and anybody can make an insight check on them if they want. Or insight or perception. And also there would be postings. There's postings for the different factions. The Lord's Alliance, Xanathar's Guild, Emerald Enclave, Order of the Gauntlet. All of those guys have postings. Individual postings for the Stone of Galore. And then there are other postings from other people. One such posting appears to be from the Near Never Ember, which you can roll a history check on if you would like, who is also posting to get the Stone of Galore for the city. And it's a posting by the Moonstars Guild.
So many guilds, not enough time to process all of it.
Basically, if you're going after the stone, you have a wide assortment of selections for people you can sign up with. There are also plenty of, like, smaller jobs around. There are postings for the Gallant Company. Gallant Company does also have a posting for the Stone of Galore, but then also has postings for, like, other jobs as well.
Community college hiring people to go for the stone?
Well, maybe, actually. You might be able to find a professor from the Waterdeep College, who's wanting to hire someone to find the stone. As it is rumored to be a powerful magical artifact. And, you know what? Wizards tend to like those kinds of things. But yes, if anybody, so who all would already be in this tavern?
I would.
Not
I
me.
Okay.
maybe try and find some information about Abolus in the water.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so everyone other than Veskar. Yeah. What? Can someone speak? My
Hello?
earbuds just said device disconnected, but I can still hear them. I can still hear through them.
Let's go.
Let's go with it. Just
Wild. Okay, I have just bought Raycons. I'm not gonna deal with these earbuds any longer. Finally fixing this issue. But yes,
not any advertisement, but Raycons are good.
they are. They are. I've used them before. Don't buy Jabra. They're garbage.
They're good, but expensive.
Jabra or Raycon?
Raycon.
Yeah, yeah.
My research.
The higher tier ones, yeah. The like
Yeah.
mid tier ones, not really.
But yeah, back to the game. Yes. So everyone who is in this tavern can find adventuring bands, like individual bands of people who are like, we're gonna go after the stone alone. And then people who are like with factions that's like, you're not getting the stone because a faction is literally thousands of people working together to find this stone. And whatnot. Anybody can use a plot point to add more to like the job postings or add another group of people here if you would like. About that aboleth thing, is that because of like gimmick or no?
This is a personal thing.
Okay, so that's like not come up before. It's just something that you're looking for.
Yes, I've been looking for Abolus.
Well, stunning. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. So, those of you, who are in this area, of course, you'll probably recognize each other. And Veskar, we can introduce. You can introduce yourself at any point.
Oh, okay. Can I just do it now?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Well, can I just like walk in and like offer to play poker or something?
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, you just like walk into the tavern. Go ahead and describe your character. As you do so.
Alright, describe. Yeah, so pretty much my character is like a criminal slash spy, right? And yeah, I'm like a half elf. And my name's Beskar.
Yeah. So what kind of thing are they wearing?
Oh, whoops, I'm a little slow.
All good. Yeah, yeah. Physical description.
So I'm wearing like leather armor, so like a green like what's it called? Chest plate. I'm gonna say chest plate.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it.
All good.
Sorry. Yeah, and then like blue jeans. So
Love it.
that's pretty much all I'm wearing.
Yeah, and if the rest could just physically describe their characters as we go through as well. Go ahead and start, Baloo. Go ahead and describe yourself.
Well, at this point in time, I'm wearing my good cape, made out of undead snake skin from previous adventure. Underneath that cape, I'm just wearing a simple clothing as like brown pants, like some things commoners will wear, and
Mhm.
the only distinguished thing I have other than my cape is my sword on me. If if I actually pulled it out, it's a saber with 3 different flowers on it for feature. It's heirloom of mine called the Dead Sword. At this point in time, I'm talking with
Yeah.
tossing and turning with all the others.
So to be clear, there is not a dragon pit. It's a pit that goes into a dungeon below the mountain.
No,
Like,
this is where all the other dragons from all the other adventurers are.
no, most adventurers do not bring their, like, if they have dragons, they do not bring them here because the majority of dragons are actually very uncomfortable with being within the city of Waterdeep for some reason. How much a drake is uncomfortable with that is kind of up to you, but it is enough that like Dragonborn will feel like their scales will kind of like stand up a little bit out of like anxiety being in Waterdeep.
It's almost as if all those level 20 adventurers go around mass murdering dragons.
What? Why would we do that?
um
It's not like you have giant piles of gold or something.
My beautiful Mr. Wobbles? No.
and Drakkar, go ahead and describe yourself.
So, the core is, he's what you would think of if you thought of a medieval clone trooper.
Love it. Top notch.
Pretty much it.
And fighter?
You post the image because words are cool, but they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. If you look over in table 00.
Ooh, changed the color scheme a bit.
A little bit.
Nice.
A couple other changes we might see later on. Who knows?
I'd give that one only 900 words.
Oh, well, I tried. Thanks for your feedback. I'll work on it. Get the last 100.
There's the picture on stream. Okay. So, yes. Would Drakkar Drakkar Fighter and Blue, would you guys be sitting at the same table? No? Okay.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah. Veskar, yeah, you'd like come on in and sit down to a game of 3 Dragon Ante. As yeah, you start playing away. Yes. As you're kind of like looking around, and of course there's the kind of notable figures around. Did anybody make a perception check on the unscrupulous dwarf with a big beard? Perception or insight?
Wouldn't I already know who that is?
Oh yeah, you would know who it is. This is largely for people who don't who want to gain more information than what I said.
I made a 25 check on him for perception.
Perception? Yeah, so you can the kind of outfit that they're wearing, and maybe you actually might have walked up to talk to them at one point, because they are wearing nautical kind of clothing. It's the clothing of kind of basic sailors, and notably, with a 20, you would even be able to notice the, that the inside of this dwarf's coat actually has a, like, it's largely black with a bit of white and some red. And after a couple of glances, you are able to pick up that it is in fact a Jolly Roger. Blue, did you ever encounter the, either Seamus Stormbrewer, Captain Wilhelm O'Reaver, or the Peregrine crew?
No.
Okay, then you do not recognize what this, precisely which, Jolly Roger this is. Veskar, did you make a perception check as well?
I mean, I don't remember how to do that. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, so that's, you will roll a d20, and then you'll add your wisdom modifier.
Wisdom modifier, fancy.
Yes. And, yeah. And then if you are proficient in perception, which is one of your skills, you'll end up adding your proficiency bonus as well, which will be a +2.
Okay.
Can I make an investigation check with the sense of saying I run information broker agency on the down low
20 plus.
around the city? Will I
So
be able to at least glean some information of what this guy is?
I'd say go ahead and make a charisma or intelligence history check. That'd be up to you.
That's an intelligence. And I get
so
advantage with that.
Yes.
Favorite trait and
Groovy. Yeah, and Veskar, what's up?
should I just do +4 then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was making sure. I got it. Overall.
Okay.
only a 14, sadly.
Then you really you don't notice anything particular about them other than they're unscrupulous looking and are a bearded dwarf. Everything I described about that. What was Blue, what was your roll?
14.
14? Okay, yeah, so you would have heard that that particular Jolly Roger and this dwarf are belong to the Peregrine, which is a flying ship and a pirate ship, very notably, the captain of which has recently been arrested, recently been captured. Different versions of the story tell slightly different things. Maybe they were captured, by the police after attacking a law firm, or maybe they were captured after doing some naval raids. Maybe both. But whatever the case, Fighter was involved in that capture, no matter what. They are currently in jail. They're currently held in prison. So, you know that.
Like, they give us that, of course, fighters involved in something like this.
Yeah.
Yes, bringing down the criminal stuff. Of course, Fighter was involved. What an upstanding citizen, am I right?
And I start thinking, it's like, wait, fighters involved. There's more to this than that.
Yeah.
I look around and I finally see fighters like, in blue side is like, what is your game now?
So, as you were kind of like looking, and you like look at Fighter, you hear a boom from over there, and you look back and you see Seamus has slammed down their mug, their tankard even, and stand up on the table. As they stand up, they kind of like look around. All right then, last call for anybody wanting to hit the high seas, hit the skies, and well, actually get a fair cut at that stone of yours. I won't say a whole lot, but I will say, if you're too much of a fan of the law, maybe stick to the land. It's good money in it. Good money in it. as he like holds up a heavy gold purse. It'll be good money for anybody who joins up. Well,
Walk up to him.
good money and some ale. Yeah.
As he walks up, can I like grab him by the shoulders, whisper in his ear, "It's worth it, man. Back down."
Shiny.
Your funeral.
Screw with
As I
him.
let him go.
He drops the gold bag, and then like it kind of like the drawstring opens, and just a pile of gold, platinum, some jewel pieces, kind of just onto the table.
Can I like walk away from my dragon or whatever game and walk up to him?
Yeah, totally.
Bet.
So, I would like fighter specifically from what you said before. Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Wait, that is at. Oh, okay. That's gonna be a what's that? 23.
23, yeah. So you can tell that this pretty, like, green adventurer is walking up. Significantly less experienced than, well, the three of, you and the other two familiar faces you see in this room. Do you do anything with that info?
No,
Okay.
not really.
Yeah. So as you walk up to this this dwarf, Beskar, kind of like looks down and like hops off the table. Hey, well, he puts out a hand. Seamus Stormbrewer. I'm bosun and acting captain of the ASS Peregrine. Putting out his hand to shake.
I shake his hand and just say, "Nice."
And who might you be? Huh?
I just say, "Name's Vesker." That's all you need to know.
Grand enough. And, how do you feel about, well, one, getting a fair shake, getting an actual cut, and, not getting stuck and stiffed by all these, factions and, businesses and governments, huh?
Just say, "Sounds great."
Grand. How do you feel about danger? But significant. Busting into some, well, let's just say a building with bars and getting someone out, huh?
Sounds pretty good to me.
Grand. He grabs a tankard from the table and hands it to you.
Oh,
Welcome aboard.
I'll decline the tankard.
Ah, your loss.
I hear that about him busting in bars is like, hey. And I was like, and I just start walking over to jail. It's like, do.
Well, do you know which jail? There's a lot of jails in Waterdeep.
There is.
Say, from the information you've told me before about him being arrested and stuff like that, it's like, seeing how Fighter was involved, I should know where.
I mean, you could go and ask Fighter if he knows, or you could use a plot point to say that you know a guy who knows.
It's too soon for a plot point.
It's up to you.
Alcatraz.
Damn.
Oh, it is.
Are you actually using that plot point? Because there is a maximum security jail prison in Waterdeep called Scalebreaker.
Let's go for that then.
Oh, no.
Groovy. Groovy, okay.
This.
And fighter, you'd get to add the complication to that.
Shoot. Uh, you got a better one?
Yeah, I've got something.
Go ahead. I got nothing.
Okay, yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll hold on to that complication. I do have a complication. That I wasn't gonna do ahead of time. So, yeah, you would
Wobbles is like, let's get going.
well, um yeah, I mean that is Drakar, would you say that that with that plot point you're saying that he has learned that through like his contacts?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, yeah. You know that.
So we should start heading over, and I'm guessing this is almost like
Yeah.
Alcatraz. You gotta catch a boat over.
Kind of. We will get there.
Now
So, Fighter and Drakar, you would, like, be picking, like, kind of noticing what's going on here. You're noticing, like, the pirates beginning to leave, and you notice, Blue is very, like, pointedly, like, taking in that information, and, like, you, having worked with him before, recognize that he's reacting to that information and going, leaving the building.
I'm gonna tail him.
Are you tailing him, like, trying to stealthily tail him?
Yes.
Go ahead and make a stealth check, or passive stealth.
Plus 18. I love
And-
last tier.
And,
26.
lovely. Blue, go ahead and make a perception check.
look, I get advantage on this. That first one, it's a failure.
I'm gonna go AFK for a few seconds. Okay.
Okay.
Nah, I don't beat it. I don't notice him. But does Mr. Wobbles notice him?
Go ahead and roll.
He gets a plus 12.
Oh dear.
Mr. Wobbles notice him.
Wait, why does Mr. Wobbles have advantage?
He's part of me. Because Dragon, not Dragon Archetype. Yeah, Drake Warden. Even though he gets perception, he also gets because Ranger. It's like
Okay.
Okay.
he doesn't say anything. He's like looks back. He just keeps on walking. He doesn't say anything about it.
I wave to him as he like looks me in the eye.
He is like a little nod.
As yeah. And Drakar, are you reacting in any way?
Shiny.
So you're like joining up with the pirates as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Seamus also introduces himself to you. And who might you be?
My name's Dakar.
Huh. Well, welcome aboard. And he hands you a tankard as well.
Chug it in less than a second.
Love it. Go ahead and make a con save.
This is where it goes downhill, folks.
Oh, this is great.
He's bringing out the personal version, folks.
Nope. Those are in somewhere else. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, yeah. What was your con save? Nine is... Nine's a pass.
What?
Yeah, your first drink is pretty low DC. I forgot to set up my dice tray because I'm rusty. Okay, go ahead, since I still actually have to get out my dice. Go ahead and roll, go ahead and roll 1d4 plus 1, and that's how many temporary HP, how many temporary hit points you get.
Oh wow.
It's called drunken courage, people.
Oh.
What
I mean,
was it?
That's something.
2.
Ah. And technically, you can't always drink more alcohol to try to get, like, each drink it doesn't add temporary HP, but you can roll again to try to get better, or once you run out, you can drink more to get more temp HP. Okay. Yes, we start walking. Half of you go to a pirate ship. A pirate ship with, sails that have a brief shimmer, with almost, as if coated with an aurora borealis. A small ship, a schooner, in fact, with a large cannon out the front. No other cannons, and save a strange-looking one on the aft castle, that looks like a very large mortar, perhaps, but not quite.
It's a railgun.
As the other two of you are walking, heading around, like, up Mount Waterdeep a ways, and then around it. And some of you from from Mistshore, and some of you from the cliff face, look upon Scalebreaker Prison. Scalebreaker Prison is a, moderately sized prison, with some sizable walls, a waterfall coming out of its courtyard. But the most notable thing is that it is levitating 200 feet above the ocean.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Off the cliff. The only way in and out that you can see is a single path of levitating islands with a rope bridge going. Currently, as you are looking, just at this point, as the ship is sailing up towards the prison, and as you are coming around, you notice a group of figures walking along that skinny, thin bridge. And you notice that as they, one of the figures seems to lose their balance and tumble off the... Then they are caught by their foot, clearly chained together with others. The two people in guard's uniform simply step back, watch, until the other prisoners fight to pull their fellow inmates back up onto the bridge. They continue walking onto the bridge itself.
Nice.
Go ahead and make history checks, everyone.
History check.
History, yes. That's going to be an intelligence roll, so d20 plus your intelligence modifier, plus your proficiency bonus if you are proficient in history skill.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
That's gonna be a 15 for me, Chief.
Okay. And Drakor? What's your history?
Wait a minute. I'm an idiot. That's not a minus. That's a plus. Well, I'll just. Whatever.
Okay. Yes. Anyone who got a 14 or higher does know that, Scalebreaker Prison... Well, anyone who got a 12 or higher knows that Scalebreaker Prison is impenetrable. No one has ever escaped from Scalebreaker Prison. Those of you who got a 14 or higher actually knows that there is one person to be confirmed to have escaped from Scalebreaker Prison. And that is Don Giovanni Quixote. One of the Don Quixotes of the, Dragonborn Quixote Godfather family. As they are the primary Xanthera Mafia family from the dragon kind. The only person recorded to have escaped. However, no one has escaped means that no one has been proven to escape. Plenty of people have disappeared and never been seen again. Many of them are believed to have either died falling from the prison or died through other mysterious causes. As with that 15, you also know, you have heard rumors that Scalebreaker Prison, well, Waterdeep has a strong law against any slavery. Unless you're a prisoner of and have committed crimes. There are rumors that Scalebreaker Prison is used as a prison labor shop.
And
That's completely up to you where you decide to draw lines.
that is well into the safe zone as far as fighters concerned. That's the one kind of
As
thing it does tolerate.
yes. On the pirate ship. Those of you on the pirate ship are standing on deck with Seamus standing in front of you.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone! Time to discuss our plan as we fly up into the clouds. This ship is named the Peregrine for a reason, and those of you who are new here are about to see why. As the crew who seem a little bit more veteran, kind of like laugh and elbow each other. As for, how we're getting there, that will be extremely clear. How we're getting out, well, that's another thing entirely. You see, we have ourselves a little friend. Well, Little might be underselling it. A friend who, shall we say, has some high expectations, high aspirations. Fellow named Red John, Don Giovanni Quixote, has given us a bit of a tip. We have favors to do, but favors are favors, and that I don't mind. Plus, he's a good fan of my booze. Something interesting about Scalebreaker here. Scalebreaker has a mining operation. Look at that thing. That floating island in the middle of nowhere. Mining operation. No. What does that make you think? Tiny little floating island with a mining operation, huh? Either of you's got any guesses? And gestures to Drakkar and, Vaskar.
Into the floating island.
Hey, any guesses about how that place has a mining operation?
Slavery.
Well, yes, of course, that's a given. But do you see anywhere going down into the mountain? Any way they can get a bunch of people up and down? There's that rickety old bridge, but that's not gonna bring a whole operation now, is it? Now what I'm saying, there's a way they get people to the mines. And that...
Magic.
Precisely. Magic. Runes, in fact. Runes in a circle. A sigil, if you will. A teleportation sigil. We happen to, well, have most of the room. And, what we're gonna need to do is... one of you, well, one of us, I suppose, is gonna have to memorize these runes. Or write them down. Because we have a circle of our own. Don't know how long it'll last, how many uses it'll have. We have it. Now, we can't get in there because we don't know what runes they use in their sigil. But we know what runes we use in ours. And therefore, we get in there. We get to their teleportation sigil. And we get our captain and the rest of our crew out of there.
And right onto the ship.
Exactly. And we get right on out of here. The ship's never gonna even be in range of nothing. Guns, cannons, nothing. So we're all the way up there. Points up to the heavy cloud cover. So, any questions?
Nope.
Good. Alright then.
I have a question.
Aye.
When do we start?
Soon as we break cloud cover. Either of you, magicians, spellcasters of any kind?
I like to think so.
Huh?
Negative.
Well, he pulls out a scroll and hands it to you. Drakkar. But you said that you like to think so, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he hands you this scroll, and he's like, That's the teleportation sigil. You, once we get to the circle, we're gonna use this scroll and, well, reprogram their sigil. Get us where we need to go.
Can I question him?
Sure.
What stops them from teleporting onto the boat after we've...
Well, one, hopefully common sense. 2.
And also for that,
They're not gonna be able to do in large numbers. And once we're through, we can scrape out the sigil. They won't be able to keep coming. A couple might get through, but not large numbers. Believe me, we can take them.
of us if we kill them all.
That, unfortunately, is not possible. This is an absolute fortress. We're but a schooner. We got, well, the crew sticking around is gonna be 6 men. On the ship. The 3 of us are going down there to get our people out. Well, the 3 of us and, these fine fellas. The rest who have signed up, are, friends from Skullport and our friends from Mistshore. As, like, two groups of pirates kind of, like, nod, kind of, like, look at each other.
Yeah.
But, well. Well, we're hitting the clouds. We'll be able to get going right quick. As we transition to our other 2. As you guys are on the cliff, overlooking, Scalebreaker Prison, have you guys, interacted at this point, or are you still, like, more standoffish?
No. As far as I know, he doesn't know I'm here. Even if Wobbles does, but you know. Wobbles ain't a snitch.
For as I know, Mr. almost hasn't told me anything, and I just keep on going. It's like I've seen this 100 times before, and I'll see it 100 times again. Running through the city, I just keep on going. It's like just nonstop. A man with determination right now.
Okay. So. Yeah. So, as you are watching, I'd like both of you to make perception checks. This is visual perception. In case that matters about the Drake's advantage. But
That's an 18 for me.
Just a 10. And Mr. Wobbles.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a second time for that one.
Okay.
Mr. Wobbles tells me everything about that one. So, Mr. Wobbles rolled 31.
beautiful.
Roll again.
I mean, at this point, it was a 19, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, both of you, through the rising fog from the ocean, manage to catch glimpses. Though they are sticking to thicker bits of fog, you catch glimpses of a schooner rising. And then, clearly entering into the cloud cover. You're not sure if the people at Scalebreaker would necessarily have noticed this. But you have.
Start hurrying.
Do I know if this is the pirate ship or not?
Oh yes, you would also both see the Jolly Roger, which is it's a black sail with, or a black flag with a white skull kind of like painted on with rough teeth, and I think 2 red marks. I can double check that.
One golden and one white.
Why are you not letting me do that? Give me a moment. I need to go the long way to my,
Rancher.
This? No, that's not his Jolly Roger. Okay. Where is it? Shoot. Okay, I apparently don't have just a picture of the Jolly Roger, so I'm gonna send through a picture that contains the Jolly Roger in it, however. The Jolly Roger is on the floor in this image that's sending. Yes, it has a single red strike through the skull and crossbones, but then there is also a black heart and then a red clover atop a white stripe. As that picture is on the stream, you see that ship entering the clouds. Are you guys like going to the main gate of the of Scalebreaker?
I am.
Okay.
About how far from the castle ward are we?
At this point, you are technically in the castle ward. You are on Mount Waterdeep. At the moment. You're like on the other side of the mountain. I can pull up the map real quick to give you an actual distance.
I'm thinking to myself, like, Mr. Wobbles, go and check what that was all about. So Mr. Wobbles just flies up.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check for Mr. Wobbles. Okay, so
Can't do anything to help that.
not really, no. Yeah, so you're about 3 miles. Or 3 kilometers, I mean. You're about 3 kilometers, like, over the terrain of the mountains. You've passed by the wall, the city wall at this point. Pretty much the only thing of the city you can see from here is the Dragon Cavalry Roost. That's atop Mount Waterdeep. Did I say Dragon Cavalry? Griffin Cavalry.
Okay. About to say.
Yeah, not Dragon Cavalry. No, Griffins. Yeah, so Mr. Wobbles needs to make a stealth check.
Nope, that's a fail. That's a
Okay. Sorry, what was it?
an 8.
An 8? Okay, yeah.
Who knew a big green dragon flying through the clouds cannot be stealthy?
Yeah, not quite the best. Yeah, so as this is happening, you as like you're like entering the cloud cover at this point, you yeah. I'm talking, sorry, the pirate ship is entering the clouds at this point. You guys on the ship hear from the crow's nest. Sir! Captain! There's a dragon! Dragon off starboard! Coming this way! As, Seamus kind of like looks up. Dragon? Like, grabs a spyglass from someone and, like, pulls it out. And it's like, we don't just got a dragon! Like, as, Mr. Wobbles sees, like, a spyglass, like, look at him, look slightly to the side, and refocus, as Mr. Wobbles looks back to the cliff, where the two of you are standing. Seamus just got a nat 20 on his perception check. Wait, he doesn't need a spyglass. I forgot that he has a barbarian thing, that Totem of the Eagle, and he can just see really far. But yeah, like, he does still grab a spyglass to make him see even farther. He can see your pores. He's like just seeing through you guys.
Oh, seeing 3 miles clearly? That's eagle vision.
Yeah. Yeah. And as he's like, all right, I notice that drake, winged drake. That's weird. Winged drakes. No time for hunting. All right, guys. He like hands his telescope back to a crew member. We're moving up the schedule. You two, get in the back cannon. Like points to Drakkar and Veskar. Get in the back cannon.
The cannon? Okay.
Like points to the one on the aft castle.
Use the railgun.
We're gonna be coming in at a hotter angle than we liked, but we're going in fast.
Let's go.
Yeah, you guys like get into the cannon.
Okay.
As yeah, like basically you get up to the cannon and like there's like a door in the side of it that you can get into, and like the middle of it is like divided by 3. So like you get in and then you feel the chamber rotate with you in it. As like as one of you gets into the other one.
Like,
Or I guess no, it's one of those it's like those rotating cannons actually, I should say. As like each of you, like the 2 of you get in your own cannon and like Seamus gets in one as well.
so it's like a Gatling gun but oversized.
Basically, yeah, it's like 3 cannons that rotate kind of thing. As like you feel it angle. And at this point, like it angles to the point where like you're almost like lying down.
It's like one of those Nerf guns with like
Yeah.
3 barrels.
Exactly. As then you're waiting and then you boom, get launched out and begin to soar through the sky. I would like for Blue, Mr. Wobbles as well, and Fighter to all make perception checks.
I believe I can.
Yes,
19. Me and Miss Wobbles rolled 19.
the cannon rotates and another one of you is fired out. As Drakkar, you're basically like looking forward and you can see Veskar like soaring through the sky. The wind is like kind of whipping at your face. You're gathering the moisture of the clouds and the fog as the 2 of you are soaring.
I believe I can fly.
How fast are they going?
Real fast. Real fast.
40 feet?
Yes, way more than 40 feet. They are projectiles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Fighter, or did you make a perception check?
No.
Go ahead and make a perception check. As Drakkar and Veskar, you like look back and you see Seamus get fired out as well. As you can see, just barely the cannon is being reloaded with more people.
21 on perception.
Okay. Yeah, then all 3 of you just managed to clock 3 like pinpricks soaring through the air towards the scale breaker at this point. What do you guys do?
I start running.
Okay.
I stealthily follow Blue.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are trying to like rush up. Fighter, you're going to be trying to walk on a like super thin rickety bridge with nothing to hide behind.
But will Blue
You're-
look behind me?
You don't have the skulker feat or the or you're not a wood elf, are you?
No.
If you were either of those, you could hide in the fog. But
But I have invisibility. That's a
you could
spell
go.
I have.
Yeah, you could go invisible if you want. Yeah.
Yes.
Arcana to sense magic behind me.
No. That's not how Arcana works.
Alright.
Arcana is your knowledge of magic, so.
This last concentration up to an hour. All right.
As yes. The first people to arrive at Scalebreaker will be the people soaring through the sky. As Veskar, you are plummeting at this point, going straight down towards this fortress of a castle. Just plummeting down. You're getting closer. You're at this point you're going the full falling speed. You know that in just a few seconds you are going to collide with the ground. Do you try to do anything?
Yes, actually.
What do you try to do?
Well, my character has like a bedroll in the backpack. Put that underneath.
Just as you're flying, you're just trying to get padding. Totally, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So I would yeah. As you are soaring through the sky and you're getting the padding underneath you, Drakkar, can you give me a thing? Brain? My brain is saying something. Yeah, so Drakkar, you're going, and then you see Veskar just into the ground beneath you. You can't tell how hurt he is because he's too far away, but as you're going falling as well, Drakkar, do you try to do anything?
Featherfall just before I hit the ground.
Okay, yeah. As Featherfall you can cast on multiple people. You could try to cast that on actually, what's the range of that?
Oh, thanks.
60 feet.
60 feet? Yeah, sure, I'll allow it. I'll say that they fired fast enough for you to be 60 feet away. So are you casting it on him as well?
Yeah.
Okay, can you describe how your Featherfall works? Is it you become light and kind of drift down like a feather, or go ahead and describe it.
Or is it just cost thing where you just go fast as soon as you hit the ground, you just screw inertia, you're just there, you're somehow staying out straight.
Yes. Or you hit the ground but don't hurt at all.
It's
Like
Yeah.
you hit the ground at full speed, but instead of taking damage, the earth takes it.
What?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So
Stones levitate into the air, Dragon Ball Z style.
yeah. So as the two of you kind of soar down, and then you feel the magic kind of surround you, I do need both of you to make stealth checks at disadvantage.
I already have disadvantage.
uh-oh. Oh no.
So you get double disadvantage. You get to roll 3 times and take the worst.
Well, I think
So, and for Veskar, disadvantage means that you're rolling it's a dexterity check, so dexterity modifier, plus proficiency bonus if you're proficient. But disadvantage means you do that twice and take the worst.
Unless you have a lucky feet.
Just give me a second because I'm now doing something, but I'm trying to load it on my phone. You said dexterity?
Yes. Dexterity, stealth.
Unless you have a lucky feet. You can roll 3 times and hit the highest.
Hey, I got an 18. But I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to roll again. I accidentally rolled with my
Yeah, you need to roll twice and take the worst.
I'm gonna take the worst.
Yeah.
Alright, lowest of the 3 is 9.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I got a 17.
Okay, sweet. Yes, as okay, as yes, you kind of soar through the air, and Veskar, you kind of like look around and you go just above the wall, and you know no one has spotted you yet. And then Drakkar, as you're going above the wall, you see a guard just go as you go by. And then like you hit the ground as you Veskar, as you kind of like hit the ground with your like padding beneath you, you kind of slide on it a little bit, and like rocks kind of like levitate behind you and just kind of like start drifting through the air a little bit. As then Drakkar, you hit the ground and then just kind of around you, rocks and stuff. Nothing large, nothing any like the largest one would be like slightly smaller than a fist, but there are kind of rocks. As then Seamus just hits the ground as well, and also appears completely unhurt. However, none of that rat magic rock stuff is happening with him. And he's like, kind of looks over at you guys. I see one of you panicked. As it hits you that the cannon itself must have cast Featherfall on you when it shot you out through the sky.
Oh my god.
As
I still had protection. I was fine.
as yes, as then like bells begin to ring, and like guards, some of the guards on the wall, like the guard that saw you, like aims their crossbow, and then you see the like there's a tower, and then you see peeking out of the tower a long rifle barrel comes out of the tower, as this place has snipers. As everyone, so it becomes painfully obvious that most of you are in fact spotted, other than Veskar.
Yeah.
As Veskar, you basically like are at the moment like kind of behind a wall. As then, like, we will roll initiative.
Okay. Can I like I have a longbow, right? So can I just shoot the guard?
You can during initiative. So rolling initiative means you need to roll a d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
A d20 plus my dexterity again?
Yes.
This one I'm gonna remember to do it in the Discord, so y'all can
This
confirm.
modifier needs to save this time.
Natural 1.
Let's go.
I got a 14.
Serial, would you say Viscar has advantage for this, seeing how nobody has seen him?
No, because he's still in stealth.
Y'all might hear some cooking noises. Bro.
All good.
Ding.
Okay. Yes. And oh, I need to do that. Okay. We will start combat as soon as we get done with a short break. We will reconvene to start combat at 45.
Okay.
Okay.
Worked out.
Everybody ready to start back up?
Have that.
Yeah.
Go.
That spell.
Okay. As yes, we start with, as a crossbow, bolt flies. And, a crossbow bolt flies and lands at Seamus's feet as he looks up at the guard that is now reloading on the wall. As more guards begin to guards begin to rally. That's what I was looking for. As Beskar, it's your turn. You know the direction you need to go for the cell blocks. There are a couple cell blocks. There are 4 cell blocks that essentially will need to be checked for the captain.
And wait, and I'm still unnoticed, correct?
You are still in stealth. Yeah, no one has noticed you yet.
Well, if they don't even know I'm there, then I'm gonna go find Mr. Captain guy.
Sweet. Yeah.
A Thunder Core.
Yeah. As you do you like look at the other people in your party and like basically signal that you're headed off?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, like Seamus kind of gives you a nod. And go ahead and make a stealth check as you like try to stealth and enter into the building.
Stealth check. Give me a second. I have to try and like look through everything.
Yeah.
Skills.
So and that is a dexterity.
It's yeah. Stealth. So I'd add my stealth thing to my dexterity.
Yes, you would.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's 5 plus 3. D20 plus 8. 5, 6, 23.
Nice. Yeah. As you're kind of like stealthing in, do you want to have a passive stealth, which basically makes it a bottom line of you're less likely to have catastrophic failure at stealth, but you will have to be keeping your eyes open still and be looking around, or passive perception, which means that you're looking around more and making your making it that your stealth entirely relies off of your rolls. But you'll notice things more easily.
So you're telling me I'm gonna notice things more?
If you choose passive perception.
Wait,
It's basically are you paying more attention to making sure you don't get noticed, being cautious and making sure you don't get noticed? Or are you paying more attention to your surroundings and looking for the like cells and stuff?
Okay, the cells, obviously.
Okay. So What is your passive perception? And what that means is, it's as if you were making a wisdom perception check, except instead of rolling the d20, treat it as if it's a 10.
So a 10 plus wisdom and perception?
Correct.
Let me go back to my skills.
It would just be your
Perception.
perception, because
So-
on that sheet, if you're proficient, it should have just what you roll for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, I'm not proficient. Oh no, I am.
Yeah.
Perception's a +4 and wisdom's a +2.
Okay, so that... Yeah. So, are you on D&D Beyond?
Yes.
Okay, so it already adds your proficiency and your ability modifier together to give you what your skill says.
Okay, so then it's
Yeah.
+4.
Okay, so 14 passive perception.
Yeah.
Groovy. You head into the prison building itself and like kind of duck as some guards kind of like move by you. And kind of go in. As you Groovy, yeah, you're now inside the prison, and next turn you can search one of the cell blocks.
Okay, well. Oh, next turn. Okay.
Yes. As then, coming out and attacking.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. Drakkar, as you are still in the courtyard, a guard like rushes up to try to attack you. And that is a 19 to hit.
My AC is 18, so that hits.
Okay.
Just about.
And you take 5 points of piercing damage as he like comes up and hits, like gets a relatively good hit in with his spear. As the booze dulls the pain a bit, but some gets through. As Seamus, oh sweet, yeah. Go ahead. Does he need to make a saving throw, or?
Yes, dex save of 11.
Okay, he passes.
So I point him and say, May the dark fire burn you for your... Oh, it missed.
Does Hellish Rebuke... Does Hellish Rebuke do half damage if it misses, or?
Yes, half of which.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and roll that damage.
Eight
8 damage, and then since this is fast combat, spell damage is halved. So that's 4 damage to him. However, the fire does...
The total I rolled was 16. So
Yes.
half is 8.
Halved is 8, and then it's fast combat, which in fast combat, spell damage and healing is halved as well, so that spells aren't overpowered. So yeah, 4 damage. However, you are overestimating like how useless they become in fast combat. Spells are still quite powerful in fast combat. As the fire, you hit him with the fire and it burns towards him. As he just and then like does like back off. So he's not dead, but functionally how this is working is they're like kind of working like no, they're kind of working like minions where if you do any damage to them, they back off, and then they won't attack on their next turn, essentially. Basically just kind of clearing them a bit. Then, Seamus, after you do that, oh no, wait, that was Hellish Rebuke. Yeah, so Seamus, kind of just, looks at this guy and then just, goes to just slug it. That is a hit. As he just hits him in the gut. And then, like, actually a different guard that's coming up just hits him in the gut, and then, immediately, like, grabs the guy, and, like, grabs him, from behind, and begins, like, kind of pulling him back. As, like, Seamus at this point, like, gets, like, to kind of the courtyard door, is like, come on, man, get in here! To you, Drakor. As then, his turn. And that guy, how much does this guy believe in himself? Not a lot. Okay, he is not going for the guy with the hostage. As a glint hits your eye, Drakor, and you look up as from the watchtower, the marksman aims at you. You see the reflection of the magnifying glasses atop their rifle. That's a 10 to hit.
That misses.
As, yeah, just poof, it shoots and like hits the wall next to you as you're like, ah! And yes. It is now, as yes. It is now your turn, Drakor.
So, how many of them are within 120 feet?
There are currently about 14 people. 14 guards within 120 feet. They're like closing in. The people who have done stuff to you are just the people who have gotten close enough so far. You would know that your job is to go and get the captain. The Mistshore and Skullport pirates are the ones that are supposed to distract the guards, and then all of you get to the teleportation circle at the same time. Is the plan. So you can stand and fight if you want to.
About how far is a door or a window?
There's the door that Vaskar went in that you could easily go in.
I'm gonna Misty step into that door then.
Yeah, as you just Misty step in.
I'm back.
You can then you would still have your movement and standard action if you wanted to like dash through.
Yeah, I book it.
Yeah, so I'm going to yeah, as you have like misty stepped, like you misty step like right behind the guard that was like running through the hallways, and you like look back and then begin running. As yes, you just are heading through. You can yes, you can actually like run in and then search one of the places because you're not stealthing. So you run in and go into one of the rooms. Go ahead and make a perception check into the one of the cell blocks.
Oh, by the
As
way,
groovy as Drakor just ran past you into the cell blocks. As you enter the cell blocks, you can hear just a bunch of like the prisoners going, "Hey, hey, you're not a guard. Let me out. Hey, let me out. We'll help with the commotion. It's fine. Come on, man." Just like from all over, like all of the cells are like yelling and whatnot.
That's a dirty one.
Oh. Yeah, you have no clue who is in this room. You can't see anyone you recognize because there's just so much like there's so many people, all of the cells, you can't see who's in what cells. You can't make out what specific people are saying. It's just a bunch of things being thrown at you, essentially. As
no.
now we get to the people who are running up the bridge at this point. As Blue, you get to the gate, like you can get to the gatehouse at this point. You've heard the gunshots go off and stuff. Oh wait, sorry. First, you guys who are on the bridge, you see 3 more people rain from the sky into the courtyard.
On the other side of the gate, it's like a metal gate or just a straight door.
It's a double cullis gate, so the metal ones. So yeah, you can see through and you can see a commotion.
Between each one of those,
Oh,
15 feet.
He wants to misty step.
no, because no, the problem is this place specifically is built to hold spellcasters as well. So no. What's the range of Misty Step?
30 feet.
Sorry, 30? Okay, yeah, then it's 35 feet between them.
Then I blink.
Sure.
So as fighter, you see Blue like tap his finger. He slowly fades away, and you don't sense him all. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna call out the spell. If one goes back in for some reason, portfolio snap his fingers, stopping the blink, and through the whole line.
Love it.
All goes invisible because
Yeah.
he can do that.
So, yeah, so you is Blink an action to cast?
That means I can't go invisible. Is will, so my
Yeah.
so my invisibility will be next turn.
Okay, so you'll get like you blink and then you move into the cullis gate, but like you don't have the movement speed to get all the way through. Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. As yes. So go ahead and roll initiative now on Blue. Fighter, what do you do?
Are there any guards here I can see, or in theory?
Oh, by the way, as like you're going up, guards do like go like, "Hey, what the?" and like do start yelling at you as well. Blue. Yes, Fighter, there are definitely guards.
18.
I walk up with my hands up and go, gentlemen, would you like some help in there?
Oh, are you not invisible anymore?
Oh, I like snap off my invisibility as I like walk up with my
Yeah.
hand. He's like, gentlemen, would you like some help with the problem inside there?
Go ahead and make an honor or charisma persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh dear. Ooh, dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, they kind of look over and they like size you up. And
Plus 14 are now with Waterdeep, so I'm.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, all right. As one of them, he doesn't open the cullis, but he does like drop a like he goes over and like basically like pulls a lever that ends up dropping a ladder, so that you can get on top of the wall.
I also ask him if I can get some kind of symbol so the rest of the guards know I'm not, against them.
Yeah. He like looks over and like grabs essentially a banner and is like, tie this around you.
Cool. I tie that to my arm, and I have
Yeah.
the Grey Rave plate, like shoulder plate above.
Yeah.
that.
Groovy.
So I'm going up the wall.
Yeah. So, by the way, in the future, with stuff like that, you can use renown. You can spend 2 renown to give you a +1 on persuasion checks.
Okay.
With people that would apply to. It does spend that renown, but it's not a permanent spend. You regain those at the end of the month.
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead and roll initiative.
Ooh, this is +5 now because I have 20 decks in chaos mode. That is a 15.
15, okay.
I'm hired to hit fighter for once.
Yeah, you'll technically have to take one more turn to get into combat. So you won't start the next round, but next round you'll be starting, yeah. So fighter, you come in and you see you see a guard like kind of stumbling away, slightly on fire, like putting himself out, and you see like other guards coming in to take his place. And you see another guard currently grappled by Seamus. Storm Brewer.
Has Seamus seen me yet?
Are you in stealth currently? I didn't think you were. Yeah, so Seamus like locks eyes with you and is like, "The fucking Grey Ravens."
Miss me?
As
Action or no?
this is the beginning of your turn. So yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's quite a long ways away from you though.
Would you say he's within 120 feet?
Yes, he is that close.
Little flavor text I've been thinking about for myself as I prepare to cast the cantrip Firebolt.
Sweet. He is holding a hostage.
That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of miss and then Seamus kind of like is ducking. Go ahead. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
With my flavor text here, for every D10 of damage my firebolt would do, I have a shadow flaming sword I throw. So it's like 3 blades as they all miss.
Yeah. Well, miss might be a strong word. Go ahead and make another attack. This time, you can subtract your attack. You can subtract that from the roll instead.
Oh, okay.
Because this is you rolling to miss the... Yeah, that's you rolling to miss the guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's -3 to miss.
Okay, as he like looks up and he's like, and like ducks further behind the meat shield at this point. So at this point, he's not just gonna be like, oh, I hope it misses me and hit, like, he's gonna move the guard into your attacks. So, heads up.
I used my movement to get closer.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah, so basically, yeah. You can manage to move into the complex. Into the prison itself. As Seamus is pulling back into the hallways as well. Before he can manage to pull back, however, there is the guard that is grappled by him, which will attempt to stop that whole his situation. He fails. As he tries to break out, and Seamus, like, you see a grin and a chuckle come across Seamus. As he's trying to break out, Seamus uses the guard's own movement, kind of trips him, and then quickly unravels the beard and quickly hog-ties it, basically. As Seamus does have the grappler feat, which means he's allowed to pin people that he has grappled. As the guard is now pinned and, like, tied up by Seamus's beard, as Seamus just holds him up like a shield.
Cunning action dash. I'm a rogue.
Oh, yeah.
60 feet.
Yeah, so you can basically manage to get, like, up to Seamus at this point. With that.
With my blades out.
Yes. As then it's, Vaskar. Or Varskar. You, is it Vaskar. Yeah, I have you misspelled in my notes. You, it's your turn. You are currently have made it to a cell block, and you can now search the cell block.
Okay.
You are not in the same one as Drakkar.
Shit. Okay.
Unless you... well, I guess it was up to Drakkar. Drakkar, would you have gone into the same cell block as Veskar? Or would you have split up? No? Okay, so, yeah, Veskar, you're in a separate one.
So don't I have to roll my fancy perception to see if...
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're just, like, all of the prisoners are, like, yelling, and they're like, hey, we'll help you! Just let us out, man! Just let us out, we'll help!
Okay. And
A bunch of them are doing that.
perception, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me come over to the Discord here. D20 plus 4. Ooh, dirty 21.
Okay, it is very clear there are no pirates in this room. This is not the cell block with Wilhelm and his crew.
Okay. Well, can I...
You can, or you can choose to release the prisoners anyways.
Oh, I'm prisoners.
Is that what you're doing?
Oh, hell yeah.
Right. Yeah. You like, basically just pull the lever as all of the cell doors and yeah, the prisoners just, like, start to come out. Some of them are, like, kind of, like, peeking out of their cell. There's a couple of them that are just, like, standing in their cell staying, which you can tell the people who are staying have, like, Xantherum tattoos. And there's one, like, older gentleman, who looks kind of like a thug, and he's just, like, staying in his cell, and he just kind of cocks his head at you.
Can I say stuff to him?
Yeah, totally.
Saying, if y'all can cause a ruckus, we'll help you out.
Why would I cause a ruckus in my own fart?
So he's still in his cell, right?
Yeah. He is very clearly like, he's wearing the, like, horizontal stripes and stuff.
Can I just pull the lever again?
Yeah. You pull the lever again and it shuts, and he just, like, and just starts spinning a ring of keys on his fingers.
Oh damn.
Go ahead and make a history check for me.
History check.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. 2.
Okay, yeah, you have no clue who that is. As yeah. Yeah, so you just head to another, or actually you've already, yeah, so that would have been your bonus action, and then move to reclose. So next turn you'll be able to move to another cell block. Yes.
Have the prisoners that did get out of their cell, are they helping me?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's more that they're rioting, and the riot happens to be helpful.
Let's go. That works.
Okay, as it's now a guard's turn. They've backed off because what Drakor did. Then it's Seamus's turn. Seamus will just run straight through the prison, as he's going to just flat out ignore the guard that runs at him and be like, okay, as the guard does attack him.
Does he hit the human shield?
Well, that's a miss on Seamus, so no, it doesn't hit the human shield either. As yeah, Seamus does like knock him out of the way with his comrade though. And Seamus goes into his... Oh, wait. He can't do anything because he has to disengage from Fighter. So he disengages from you, so he can't release anyone in a cell block. However, he walks into the same cell block as you, Drakar, looks around, and then is like, there! Points up, as you see a short, like a halfling in kind of an oversized coat, rolled up pants, like, kind of red-gray beard, kind of banging on the bars, and there are other people near him. Clearly, the pirates. So, Drakar, you did go into the right cell block, you just didn't manage to see. As it is now a marksman guard, no one's outside, so that is avoided. Well, actually, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, oh wait, he's reloading, so he wouldn't be able to shoot anyways. Okay. As, yes, it is now, one of the, like, running past Seamus, and now directly into you and the other guards is a group of now freed prisoners. Fighter. As Fighter, one of them does haul off and try to hit you. With a, like, just like a, just an object that he's picked up. Just like, he has, it looks like he broke the, like, like one of the legs off of his cot. And he's just, like, going to whack you with it. That is a 42 to hit.
Yeah, that hits a little bit.
Yeah, as he did get an... Yeah, he did get a nat 20.
Yeah. However, evasion does make that, or what's it called, half evasion. He only gets base damage.
Oh, sorry, what?
My rogue half evasion. He only does regular damage, not crit.
Oh, cool. Okay. That is max damage though. That is, I think, yeah, 7 points of damage.
Damn.
That hurts.
Yeah, as he like just jabs you with this sharpened bedpost, essentially. Just this jagged wood.
You just as he does that, I just stare him in the eyes and go, perish in this. As that guy is very much so dead on my next turn. He's not making out of here, I don't care.
As now, Drakar, it is your turn.
So I have to wait until next round for me to be in?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So, how many individual cages are there? Like 4?
No. Well, like, there are individual cells, but you would have to, like, go through and, like, try to, like, you'd have to open them individually, which would take longer than just pulling the lever, to open them all. but you could. It would just take your entire turn.
So I was gonna use magic missile to break the law.
Oh, you could try, yeah. Yeah. It's a casual game. Yeah. You just launch it out and go ahead and describe your magic missiles.
So I whisper an incantation and yeah, I whisper an incantation and hold out my hands as draconic heads float above them, and I launch them out towards the cages.
Yeah.
Like make a like screaming, roaring sound as they travel through the air.
Yeah, as they just clatter into the locks of the cells. One of the locks just busts off. The other ones get damaged, and then the prisoners within, like, one of them just like kicks the door, kicks it open. As then, Wilhelm kind of like steps on out, and looks around. Well, boys, looks like we're free. Get out of here. As yes, you freed Wilhelm. Let's go ahead and roll initiative for him.
Was that guy the pirate captain?
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay.
What are these hallways?
They are like, it's pretty much like essentially 30 feet between any destination. So it's yeah. It's less of like actual distances and more of like, you can just tell me the range and I'll tell you whether or not that's within range. But a single movement action can take you to one cell block to another.
So, in each cell block, how long is that hallway?
Long. Yeah.
Because I have an idea.
All the long.
I'll get to it once it comes my turn.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. As, Wilhelm, does kind of like step out, and he looks at, you, Drakor, as well as Seamus. Well, judging by, how you didn't just pull the lever, I'm presuming you're being a bit more precise. Is there a reason we don't just cause a riot, huh?
If it's a riot, then a riot you shall have.
As you say that, Wilhelm just like leans over and just pulls the lever by leaning on it. It opens up and then just more prisoners rush out from behind him.
Nice.
Okay, as then, Blue, it's your turn. As Wilhelm's just gonna like run with the group of you guys for now.
First off, I see this guy with a human shield quite literally run into the cell block. Like, and it's like, no, he was like, he's the one I need to go after. I go after him. As I
Yeah. So are you running into the complex then? That would take one move action to get into the prison.
I was already in the.
No, you're in the courtyard. You got through the Cullis gate. You haven't gotten into the prison building.
Oh yeah, I'll take my move and get into the prison.
Okay.
Shout, fighter, which way? Over all this fighting, shouting at fire.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if I even hear you.
I mean,
10,
presumably he essentially like fights and he like fights close to you to ask.
Like, that way. They moved in that way, and then these idiots blocked my path.
I take a bonus action dash to bonus action to gain to that prison cell that you
Okay.
pointed to. Then as I see everybody come down, I drop a whole bunch of seeds onto the ground and accelerate the plant growth.
Okay. Well, you would only have a bonus action remaining because you had to dash.
Oh,
You're not a
bonus
rogue.
action dash. And it's like,
Yeah, so you like dash in, and then Seamus, Wilhelm, and Drakkar just all like turn and look at you with a bunch of like prisoners running out behind them.
you know what? As a bonus action, I can do this once per day.
Mm-hmm.
I breathe a 30-foot cone of fire at them.
Okay.
Drake warden is a thing.
Yeah, is it a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Okay, so Drakkar, you need to make the throw as well. As... Yes.
I'll burn up anything that's not flammable.
Does it do damage, or...
Yes, it does.
Okay. As... What's your save, DC?
Sadly, pretty low. Because
20.
it's spell DC for me.
Huh?
It's 14.
14? Ah! They rolled pretty low, but they managed with their proficiency dice to eke out a success.
86 damage half.
Yeah.
Only. Oh, okay.
That's still a lot of damage.
Yeah.
How many d6?
8 d6.
8? As a bonus action?
Once per day, or using a third plus spell slot, you and your Drake can breathe a 30-foot cone, dealing 8d6 elemental damage.
Is it an action to use it though, or is it a bonus action to use it?
It's one of the spells I get because of Drake Warden.
Yeah. But does it say... Yeah.
It doesn't say.
What is the spell? What is this ability? What's it called?
Does not say.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
a lot of things on this app, it does not specify.
Drake Warden, Drake Companion.
That sounds kind of like the Dragon Breath, like...
At
the
11th
dragon-
level, as an action, you exhale a 30-foot cone of damaging breath, or cause your Drake to exhale it. Choose acid,
Okay.
cold, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, so that's an action.
It's an action.
Yeah.
Why do I have so many actions? Not enough.
Yeah, you and me both.
Man, why
Yeah.
are all 20 of the night wasted?
As, I will allow you to still use up that ability to do half of the damage.
Okay, as long as I burn things up.
Yeah, okay, so you are rolling,
46 half.
yes, correct. And then that's going to be halved again because it's a spell. But, so 4d6 quartered. Or no, 8, it's 8, it's, wait. It's 8d, wait, no. It's 4d6, and then they're halved because they passed, and then it's halved, yeah. So,
6 damage.
6 damage is it halved already?
Yep, that's a quarter. It's a
That's-
22 to 11 to 6.
Okay, and that's 8d6 quartered? Or 4d6? 4d6 quartered, so it's all, yes, okay. Cool.
A lot of damage.
0 damage because I got in that 20.
No, because you passed, you took.
See,
So it goes from 8d6 to 46.
there's this little
And
thing
that
called a
46
navy
is
that you
26
don't have.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Half people, we all love it.
Yeah, as, how are you looking, Drakkar?
I am looking
Because haven't you taken like 12 damage now, or am I miss?
I've taken 11 damage thus far.
Okay. And your maximum HP is your Constitution score. Because it's fast combat.
Oh, it's just my con score?
Yes. Because of fast combat.
I thought it was con score doubled.
No, just con score.
That's just how we do it with Big C is up here. I just realized I had wild talent I could have used to make my summon swords hit more.
Oh.
And I've had reliable talent this whole time to help with those ability checks.
Yep. So, but Jakar, you are still up?
Yes, I am
Okay.
just about still up.
Okay, as then,
Blocking the way right now of this door.
in order to get past you, they would have to, disengage or trigger an attack of opportunity. Yes. As...
Constitution these prisoners have is like.
Oh, like, the prisoners get, like, some of the prisoners get pretty hurt, or, like, run back because of the fire or whatnot, but, yeah. As then it is Fighter. It's your turn.
Okay. Quick question.
Yes.
Is the whole crew within 60 feet of me?
The pirates?
Like Wilhelm and Seamus and
Within, yes, but not line of sight.
Okay.
If you move 30 feet, you'll be in the same cell block as them.
Okay. About how many prisoners are in front of me?
In order to, get through, you'll have to, you'd be able to move through without a prisoner, or wait, no. Yeah, so some more pirates just landed, I forgot to say, at the end of last round. More pirates just landed, 3 more. And they are the ones kind of like, with everything going on, if you wanted to move, it would trigger an attack of opportunity. But only 1. So, anytime someone moves when they're not in stealth, successfully.
So let's just say in theory, it's like me, and then the doorway, and then there's like a wall, and then all the cell blocks branch out into that, right?
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, would all of the enemies be within a 60-foot cone from me to that wall?
Pretty much, yeah.
Any guards in there?
There would be some prison guards, yeah, because this is like maximum security. There are guards. There's less guards than prisoners.
Take the risk.
Acceptable losses. As you see, Fighter takes his blades, as he like balances one, he carves along like the bleed line of the other, and as he wicks it up, a 60-foot cone of shadow flame gushes forward. Everyone in that cone needs to make a dex save. That's not a spell, that's a weapon ability. I get 1 per day per weapon.
Love it. Okay, dex save.
Dragon trap.
Yes. What's your spell save DC?
No.
18.
Weapon is straight up 18.
Oh, yeah. You're 18. Yeah. Then both of these guys actually pass. Drakkar gotta make a roll.
Oh, I have to make a roll too?
No, just Drakkar.
15. I got 15.
15.
Oh, stinky.
Okay.
So, Fighter's behind me.
No, Fighter would have run in and he could, like, get next to you, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll that damage.
And this is not a spell, so it's full damage. This is 12d6 to anyone who failed, and 66 to anyone who succeeded. Start praying.
Okay, technically it's just 12d6 halved to anyone who succeeded. Yeah. Okay, and what is this from? Is this
This is my legendary weapon that I got at the start of this when
Okay.
I rolled that.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
11, 11, 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 19 for 66. And
Yeah. So Wilhelm does just dodge to the side as it goes past because he does have evasion.
oh wow. Okay.
So he doesn't take any, but yeah.
And then for the 12d6, that's another 12. 12 plus 8, another 20, another 24 for ones who fail. 19 plus 24. I love these weapons.
Okay, so yeah, so Drakkar, you do go down. We're not having that be an insta kill because casual game. But yeah, you do go down. You can roll a d4 to see how many -1 to see how many turns you'll be unconscious for. But as how much damage to someone who succeeded was it?
19.
19? Okay.
I've been this for weeks.
I love how
Okay.
mousepad is.
Okay, as yes, it is now that guard's he's pinned actually, so he can't do anything.
Oh.
Veskar, it's your turn.
Oh yay!
That's just an action. I stole my bonus
So
action.
since I'm
Oh, you still have your bonus. Sorry, he
Yeah,
still has his
I
bonus
still have
action.
that.
oh
Shoot, what do I even do with this bonus action?
Oh yeah, so like Seamus is now just holding a corpse. As like you killed a bunch of the prisoners and like whatnot, and then there are definitely dead guards.
I look at Fighter as like, I just give him like a
Right.
grimace look.
Yeah, says the guy who could breathe fire and tried to onto them. Let's see.
Oh, and I thought that. Look at the all high and mighty Grey Raven.
I'm EOTing there.
Sorry, what?
I'm EOTing. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you just like use a bonus action and run away, and he's like, "Oh, wow, real brave! Kill the guards, run away." As yeah, Veskar, it's now your turn.
Whoa.
I'm still on that.
You said you were OUT.
I had a bonus action. I said I was gonna EOT end of turn.
Oh, end of turn. Sorry, I heard OUT, not EUT. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no. No one's
Yeah.
running except them.
Groovy. Okay.
I'm confused.
Yes, so sorry, Veskar. It's your turn. Seamus has, like, yelled that it's time to get out of here. So, you can run to the, sigil if you want to, but the person who was going to activate the sigil has just gone down.
Okay.
Also, you have to get between me and Fighter to get to
Yes.
Well, no, he doesn't have to get past you guys. He's in a different cell block.
Yeah,
So,
well,
Veskar, you could just peace out of here and wait for the others to catch up.
So like, did I like ever read that fancy paper?
No, you didn't. I mean, you could have looked at it and you can guess. I'll allow you to guess. Yeah, I'll say you like looked at it and you can guess. But we'll see how well that goes.
Okay, well I'm gonna head towards my rune circle or whatever.
Sweet, yeah. You move into the sigil room, and you now have an action. You can use an Arcana check to try to guess at the runes. Intelligence Arcana.
Okay. I literally just looked at that right. Yeah, that's not pretty. Well,
You're all gonna get arrested one way or another.
well, I didn't realize I have to use my Arcana for that. I almost rolled a D30. Oh, 15. That's bad.
15. Okay, yeah. So you manage to like you're like, okay, I think these were the runes. You kind of scratching the runes as it begins to glow, and you can feel your like energy kind of pulsing inside of you. Are you a spellcaster?
Oh hell no.
Okay. You can feel energy and you're like, what the frick is this? As this is kind of going off. Do you resist the magic? Or do you let it happen?
I'll let that crap happen.
Okay, yeah, so the magic circle glows, and then you are like, as you're inside of it, and then you like disappear. And then you reappear and you're on the Peregrine's deck. As you're looking around, and you feel sick. And then you collapse and you're unconscious. As you mana burned and gained 5 levels of exhaustion, because it's a 5th level spell, and you had no spell slots. So you are now unconscious. If that was 6th level, you technically would have died. I wouldn't have actually killed you, but you mana burned on accident.
Yeah.
Hey, Carol, someone's saying stuff in table 00 for you.
Oh. Thank you.
Apparently, according to Gimmick, Carol's the only one they can hear on stream.
Oh, frick. Oh, well. It's too late now. Too late now. That doesn't make any sense. My earbuds are picking up. And they're saying they're transmitting. Whatever. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Someone say something, just for me to double check.
Beans.
Pog, 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 pog.
Yeah, you guys should be picking up. I don't know why you're not on stream. I'll watch back later and troubleshoot. Whatever. So, it is now, as the runes are now activated, this guard is no longer backing off, so he can attack people, which means he'd only attack either Seamus or... Well, actually, I would like both of the people who decided to AoE a room that had guards in it to make persuasion checks for me, to see how much the guards dislike you.
Can I burn some of that renown?
It doesn't, yeah, you can burn the renown if you want.
I'm gonna burn 6 renown to get +3.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
They don't like me. They don't like me at all.
Yeah, actually,
That's 20.
when it comes to blue, you don't get to roll at all because you never even asked to come in. So they're just assuming you're part of the jailbreak. What was your persuasion?
20.
Nat 20.
It's a nat 20.
Okay.
I got it
Yep.
right here.
So we got a chance of them going at blue. Oh wait, there's blue and his dragon. So
The dragon's still near the ship because we just never introduced him into this fight. So
oh no, I was just assuming he was following you.
I was like, I never said that, and we never implied that. So
Okay, then they're attacking you then. Yeah, the guard just like runs up and is just like goes to stab you with his spear. That is a 17 to hit you. Wait, 18, sorry. 18 to hit.
I just stepped to the side. It's like,
Oh.
there you go.
What's your AC?
It's
20.
Oh, nice.
his AC is cracked.
As now it is a yes, it's a prisoner who will also attack one of you two this time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He doesn't have 20.
They're attacking you, fighter.
Oh boy.
And that is 14 to hit.
No.
And it is now Seamus's turn. Seamus like kind of buckles down, and then he's gonna run through the two of you. Like just run through and run past.
So attack of opportunity?
Yep, attack of opportunity. Now that you've committed, at disadvantage because he is taking the dodge action. So.
That's 2 dice.
+9.
6, plus.
That's a
Oh, it's
dirty
plus
20.
13.
First one.
Let's see, that's a 19 from me
That's
at
a 20
disadvantage.
second time. So does a 20 hit him? Dirty 20.
19?
Okay, yeah. Yes, both of those will actually hit.
1d8 plus 7, baby.
4d6 plus 8.
Okay, yeah,
I
no,
love
he
these
goes down, he has 4 HP.
Oh, max damage 17. Just
Yeah, as like he runs by and the two of you just cut. As then, Wilhelm immediately runs by as well, carrying Drakor.
Dice roll.
we should
As-
reaction on that one.
Yeah, Seamus was basically being like, I'm gonna try to tank them and try to get the other people past. As yeah, they Wilhelm just manages to run off with Drakor, and then you hear the distinct sound of a teleportation. As then,
he was carrying both of them then?
no, Wilhelm just carried Drakor out.
Oh, okay.
But
And then,
Drakor was carrying the paper.
yes, but like basically like the paper isn't needed anymore because Beskar mana burned. Okay, a guard, and then yes, as then one of the pirates does try to grab Seamus and like pull him out. As he like pulls him like kind of to where the door to the teleportation room comes. As then Wilhelm steps back out with now 2 pistols. As he has an active teleportation sigil to his place. As he basically looks at the two of you and he's like, "Don't ya frickin' try it, mates. Just let us walk on out of here. And you can deal with the rest of this. Put down a revolt. Put down a whole hit shindig. It's not like we're gonna be getting the rest of the prisoners out. Not with you guys here. Congratulations, you stopped us." As it is now,
I've put you in here before, one of you staying behind.
okay, so you guys are gonna continue trying to fight?
I'm committing.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and, yeah, go ahead.
We're right behind. He's in front of the teleportation array, right?
Yes, he is.
So I Misty step right into it.
Yeah, so you Misty step back there as he then just, like, whips his pistol back and still shoots at you. Or are you say you're going straight into the sigil?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you teleport onto the sigil and then through the sigil. And now you are on a pirate ship with only pirates.
With Mr. Wobbles right underneath the ship.
Correct.
Yeah, Mr. Wobbles is over there, so we'll see how that goes. As like Wilhelm kind of glances back and then is like, "Well then, not giving you that chance," and will fire his shots into you.
Let's see him.
Yep. Let me grab enough D20.
He's got 6 shots, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has 6 attacks.
Yes, he does. And then he has to reload every single one.
Yep.
Like someone's getting absolutely messed up.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
As...
I still have... What is that? Oh no, that's plus 10. I still have 27 AC.
What?
That's more
Because
than
you see-
a great worm.
The talons, you see, they're small swords. And because of parry, I get plus 5. I get my proc bonus in AC for each one, which is plus 5 in chaos mode.
Did I say each?
It says... Wait, let me see. It says... It does say... I'm pretty sure it does say each.
Ah, that's fine. Yeah.
Either way, it'd be two separate weapons you're holding. Like if you had
Yeah,
a
yeah,
parrying
yeah.
dagger. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. The thing is,
oh, bring it.
27.
that
It flat up says AC. It doesn't say any kind of complication of not
that
even
is true.
range.
That is true. I am just thinking about the fact that like shields do not scale with level. So I'm not sure if it makes sense for parrying weapons too, but that's fine. Like for now we're totally
Okay.
going with that.
Yes.
Hey, Carol.
Yes.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
I have this thing that says magic can't put me to sleep. Would that affect this?
No, because it's not magic putting you to sleep, it's the fact that you are absolutely exhausted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your energy levels went to 0.
Okay.
So for the first time in your life, you actually know what it feels like to go to sleep.
Well, I mean, no, he's slept before. It's just he can't be put to sleep by... Oh, actually, no, he's an elf. So he would... Technically, you're trancing, not sleeping. Or, like, no, getting knocked out isn't the same as sleeping. No, you're knocked out. You're unconscious. Elves can go unconscious. I'm deciding that here and now. Elves can go unconscious.
Freaking hell.
It's just a free trial of a coma.
Okay, that is... 2 misses. What's your AC, did you say? Did a 25 hit you?
No, it does not. Just barely, but no.
Okay.
27.
The nat 20.
Ah, well, the nat 20 does hit you.
Yes, it does.
And the other one is a 17. No, that's a miss as well. Frick! Ow, my headphones just died without any warning, so it just went into my earbuds and just killed me with the music volume.
Rip.
Uncanny dodge. Let's get that down to
Da-
regular damage.
Damn, if only you could dodge that.
I'm gonna pause the music for now so that it doesn't continue killing me. Okay, as yes, that is that. Yes.
Oh, let's go. I'm resistant to fire.
Okay.
Ooh, no.
Yep, you take
Why am I resistant to fire?
you take 13 points of damage.
I'm down.
Idiot.
Yeah, as you're falling down, he's like, told you shouldn't have tried it. As he turned. The pirates get away, but the prison revolt is held at bay. As now, the number of escapees from Scalebreaker Prison has raised to 2. As you killed the rest of the crew that was planning on escaping.
Well, I'm still on the ship.
Yes, that is true. Do you try to escape?
No, actually, I've used a 3rd level spell slot to drop a whole bunch of seeds and accelerate their growth. So the whole ship right now is covered in vines. And
Yeah.
covered in vines, Mr. Waddle's turn, he uses his one-a-day breath weapon to light all the vines on fire.
Okay.
Well, that's helpful.
Yeah.
I'm resistant to fire right now.
So am I.
Right, yeah.
The
So,
whole ship is burning.
as you are doing that, like, everything's kind of on fire, as then, like, through the sigil, comes Wilhelm. As he looks and then, some of his crewmen start throwing him guns. Another of the crewmen, casts a spell, and, like, Seamus is up again. As you realize, even with the fire, yeah, this is giving you a great opportunity to run, but there's no way you can beat this whole crew.
What happened to the gun barrel? All the gunpowder that's on fire
It's
now?
safely below deck. They're not stupid.
I turn invisible
Yeah.
and go below deck.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
I have 4 times to
Just go ahead and make a stealth check.
1d20 plus 12. Let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Do I get advantage because of
No.
distraction?
No.
21.
Okay. Yeah. You stealth down below deck, and you get in the powder room. And then you hear the door lock behind you. Do you blow up the powder?
Wait a minute. I can do something with this.
Oh no.
I take some of the powder, leave it on the ground. Wait, can I see behind the door, or it's like a...
No. It is a solid door.
Can I see through the keyhole?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check as you try to see through the keyhole.
I just need to see. That's... Can I do? No, I'm going to try to see. 23.
Dude. If you... Okay, yeah. You see on the other side, you see Wilhelm and Seamus are, like, getting ready. Wilhelm, like, basically, his pistols are almost loaded as his retainers are about to give him, and Seamus is, like, ready to bust through the door.
Show no mercy, show no fear.
Exactly. As like, oh, I like the...
You're on this ship
the
too,
last
boy.
level spell slot
Okay.
to light that fire trail, a gunpowder,
What?
and
What spell are you casting?
the fire breath weapon, to light the... and
That is a full cone, buddy. That is not
Yeah.
going to be pinpoint accurate enough.
Whoa, that's all.
Plus,
This is
that
why
would
we
be an
have
action.
fireballs.
I can
Yes,
use
it
that
would.
as a bonus action to get out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So,
But
this is gonna be very timed reaction right here. Yep.
okay, so you're
Fire
misty
breathe
stepping
right
out of... So you, like, fire breathe, misty step into the hallway.
right behind them. So when it explodes,
Sure, go ahead, yeah.
I
You... misty step back. Go ahead and make an initiative check to try to misty step before the explosion.
Damn.
This is against your own spell save DC.
23. I beat it.
Yeah, as you into the hallway, as then the explosion, as Wilhelm looks back at you, the door explodes, and you get caught in the explosion as well.
Is it?
As, yeah, let me quickly look up powder kegs real quick.
Let's see just how much damage we're doing here.
Luckily, I take half that damage.
Those of you who are downed are not going to, like,
It wouldn't affect me anyway.
I'm gonna say that, like, those of you who are on the deck will definitely not be killed by this.
Let's go.
No.
Though the people below deck might just.
Issues.
Is blue
As-
gonna bite the dust?
6,
Let's see.
His corpse?
8, and this is. Yes. You did use fire. So where were you getting the fire resistant from, by the way?
For it, because I'm level 11 and my dragon I summoned as fire dragon, I gained that resistance.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
And as a bonus action, I use absorb element.
You already used your bonus action.
Oh, damn it.
Yes, yes, you did.
So you take, this is already halved, 12 points of fire damage.
Jesus.
I survived.
As
Wouldn't a
yes,
blow almost be a reaction, not a bonus action?
as the ship explodes and everyone begins like, well,
Super impact.
as the ship explodes, you kind of like hit against the wall. There is now a hole in the ship as people are beginning to abandon ship. And Wilhelm and Seamus look at you, and as they're both like barely holding on as well. Actually, no, Wilhelm would be down, but Seamus got back up because he was healed. Looks at you, and well, congratulations, buddy. That was your death warrant. And then he
You know what?
gets out of there. If you don't get out of there, you are falling 200 feet to the ocean and taking 20 d6 damage.
Look, I have one more third level spell slot left.
You could just jump to your dragon.
No,
Yeah,
you can't carry me.
Okay.
true.
What's the spell slot then?
I use actually, you can carry me, but it's like slowly float down, which won't be enough.
Okay.
I use accelerate plants to make a parachute. As it grows around and parachute somewhat down.
Sure, why not? We're at the end of a session. I don't care. I'm not even gonna double check you on that one.
Boy, oh yeah.
Yeah. As sure.
It's like I jump out the hole I just made.
Blue does now have my highest level character hunting him down. I am going to try to kill you.
What level is he?
I've been leveling him down every session that he's ever been in so far. That'll tell you how high he is.
20 up?
Not quite that high, but I
Okay.
think I'd have to double check. He might be. He's either high 3rd tier or 4th tier, one of the two. So this,
Okay.
but yeah,
So I'm pretty close.
yeah, yep. But now I think I have a character I'm gonna be playing most of the time to level up faster.
Blue, what have you done? I have a fight to pick with him too now.
Yes. Congratulations, everyone. That is the end of the session. Thank you guys for playing, and thank you guys for watching. I'll go ahead and help you guys with your log sheets, tell you what's on your log sheets.